Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of a Nation Wave, and this is day 14 of the December Daily Draw. So as we close out the weekend and approach a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. This is the Artisan of Winter Cups. This is the Queen of Cups. It's called Queens or Artisans in this deck. We have, just a reminder, we have Initiates as the pages. We have Apprentices, which are the Knights. We have Artisans, which are the Queens. And we have Masters, which are the Kings. So just a quick reminder to myself, as well as to you. So this is the Queen of Cups. I love the fact that she's got some swans here, and she's got the water here. She's sat there. So she's very much in touch with her emotions, and she's very much sensitive to emotional situations. She can easily pick up on emotional energies, and maybe her own, and quite often other people's, and situations. You know how sometimes you can walk into a room and you can feel the energy of the room, the emotional tension, perhaps sometimes, and that sensitivity is something that certainly the Queen of Cups represents. So you may be sensitive to your own emotions at the moment, or you're sensitive to how other people are feeling. So in that situation, you know how to respond. The Queen of Cups is someone that knows how to respond in that situation, knows how to be sensitive in the way that she acts and the way that she speaks, and just her old demeanor. She knows to nurture a more compassionate, sort of secure environment in which she could try and create a safe space for herself and for other people, and help to resolve any issues. She certainly can be very empathetic. She can be an empath. She's very much feeling how other people feel. She feels those emotionally and even physically sometimes. So when you do that, it is so important to nurture love for yourself as well as loving for others. Self-care, self-nurturing is important. And the Queen of Cups comes to remind us of that we need to be aware of our emotional state, and sometimes the need to be a little kinder to ourselves and show some compassion to ourselves, and maybe do something to make ourselves feel more sort of like, a bit more comforted, a bit more, to deal with any emotional issues, and sometimes just to unwind any tension that's there, to make ourselves feel better and to do something that makes us feel better. A relaxing bath, even with, just a nice warm bath with, whatever you find relaxing. Maybe just sit down, curl up, watch a good movie that makes you feel all kinds of things, and even sometimes a sad movie that may make you bring tears to you. Because tears can bring emotional release. So sometimes it's that we've been having to be practical and doing all kinds of things, and we've sort of held in a lot of our emotions, and sometimes, and that sometimes that's necessary to keep things in check and to be able to practically do the things we need to do. But there comes a point where we need to release that, otherwise it becomes unhealthy for us. So don't be afraid that if by giving yourself a bit of self-care, whatever it is, go for a walk in nature, take a bath, watch a movie, read a nice book, or just spend time with loved ones, just enjoying their company. But sometimes as well, it's better sometimes to have a bit of an alone time in those moments, so that you can feel that whatever happens, it's just you with yourself. And if you do shed a few tears, there's no embarrassment, or not that there should be any embarrassment, but we're human. Sometimes we feel that, and sometimes we want an alone moment where we can let our tears fall a little, and that's good. That's Don't be afraid to do that. Sometimes we're sort of conditioned not to, but that it's there for a purpose, and that physical act of shedding tears, crying, as well as a physical release, it also brings an emotional release. It's the way that emotions are released. You know, um, you'll be surprised how different you feel afterwards, because it's the way that the body works and how it ties in with emotional well-being. So really, the Queen of Cups is saying, take care of yourself, and don't be too hard on yourself, and accept yourself for who you are. Bit of self-acceptance, and accept who you are, love who you are, because that will make a difference on how you relate to other people as well. You'll be able to share some of that compassion and love with other people if you can. Certainly, if you can do it with yourself, you may find it easier to do it with other people. So the Queen of Cups is very much doing what it takes to nurture ourselves emotionally, and as a whole being. Everything's tied together. Emotional tension can create physical tension, mental issues. Mental issues can create emotional issues. Physical things can affect our emotions and our mind. Everything within us, you can't necessarily separate one from the other. But this does focus more on the emotional, even spiritual kind of care that we need. And spiritually sensitive, the Queen of Cups is very intuitive as well. So any intuitive feelings, when you start to connect with your feelings, listen to that intuition as well. That's what the Queen of Cups would have us do. So reconnect with yourself, be in touch with your feelings, but do so in a kind way, don't show some compassion to yourself as well as other people, yes. But primarily I think this is talking about personal, compassion for ourselves personally. And it's important for our well-being as an individual, and that will enable us to open up with other people and bless their lives with the loving energy and compassion. But often it starts within us before it overflows outwards. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Ornaments. Ornaments, we have with this holiday time, we put decorations up, we have candles, we have tree up, and have baubles and other shiny things, and that creates like a joyful sort of, makes us feel better because of our surroundings. And doing something like that, that indulge in a bit of something that makes you feel better, which ties in with what I was saying with the Queen of Cups, or the artisan of Winter Cups here. So, you know, put some decorations around, or light some candles to make a nice soft lighting, and uh, even scented candles that will make you feel better by this, the scent in the air, and just have the natural light that's more more natural and softer, and just sit and relax and just unwind. It's important to have those kind of moments, and I think that's what these cards have come to remind us today. Okay, so that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 15. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye bye.